This is Bob. We'll follow it again. Brentwood Bob. I wanted to show you a zipper rack. It's a copy of Accessory that was created in the 1930 for the Model A, and it's a luggage rack that sits between the bumperettes on the back of the cars, and back in the day it could hold quite a few different things. I think the weight test on it that was done on a reproduction in the late 1980, 1990, it would hold 700 pounds, and for a fact, fella brought back a blown motor from Vancouver to Livermore, and the complete motor on the rack is a little light on the steering because it sits in the back, but he got it home and didn't bother the rack at all. And this is that was a reproduction done by Bill Miller and later by Bob Wakering, to Henry's A's alumnus. And this particular one here is one that John Lavoie created around 2004. I have several. This is one of them. It's expanded and opened up, and it's 25 inches across the face of it, and 16 inches deep, and the brackets to strap on your luggage or cargo. There's two clips, two in the front and two in the rear. It compresses, slides back in between the frame. The levers are friction levers, and on the reproduction I had of Bill Miller's, these were an item that were kind of tricky to get right, and to get them to have enough friction. These are well engineered here, and this is a heavier bracket that I remember on Bill's reproduction. This bolts to where the spreader goes between the bumperettes. It bolts on that same bracket with no new holes. So it's pretty nice. This is a chromed filler and face of the unit, and it went from $449 for Bill's model to $295 for John Lavoie's, and Lavoie's would be 2004, and I'd imagine today be a little difficult to reproduce this for the inflation factor, which would be around 450. So it'd be a little difficult. It's really sensitive on the clearance and the adjustments, or the clearance and the bending. There are stops on the back. I'll try and compress this and show it compressed. This thing has been wrapped up for 20 years, and so I had a little trouble getting it opened up, but that's just needs a little use, and it'll free up. These are powder coated. The main frame, the support for it is powder coated. Very nice job. And then these nest, each bracket nests it in itself, and then comes up even with the chrome faceplate up against the nested legs or pieces. So it's pretty nice. I wanted to kind of show it, kind of a quick thing. I'll take some stills or some other pictures of the advertising for both the one that John Lavoie made and the one that Miller made. And then I've got copies of the horn article. I think it's under the accessories that were available, and it's found in volume 18, issue 3 of the Restorer. There's also was a copy. The Ford Dealer and Service Field for March of 1930 has a reference to it and talks about it. So lowest price in 1930 was $12.50, and then you have freight on top of that. This was from Denver. They showed other competitions for the racks, but the zip rack was in there, and so it was available, and I can vouch for the strength of the reproductions. They were pretty nice. To my knowledge, no one is making one at this time. Maybe somebody will come up with one, but right now there aren't any available. I'll follow this with some stills of the instructions for installing this and the advertising. So it'll be a little short today, but I thought this was of interest to most of us. So. Okay, I show this collapsed, and I put the arms back, or the securing levers back in place, and this is faced across. This is all nice polished chrome. The plating is, I think it's galvanized on the steel extensions, and then of course the main frame is powder coated, and stainless steel bolts, stainless steel fasteners, all of it stainless. It's a pretty well-made unit. I don't see how they made it for the money they made it for. Lavoie, it was pretty big value. So there you are, compressed back. It's not that heavy, just basically dealing with it. I think installing it, a fella can figure it out and then put it up there himself, little bracing and so forth. He can do it by himself or have a club member help him. But pretty sweet, I think.